Hi there, Maggie here again with the latest in Thoughts from a Changing Mind. I hope your last few days have gone well and that things are going well for you and you're happy. Tonight I'm just going to cover a couple of things. The first thing is that I've noticed that really when we're going through life, what we tend to respond to are the extremes, whether it's good or bad. The things that come along that fill us full of joy and they're motivating and drive us through the day, and then the things that just go horrendously wrong and leave you in a complete funk and depressed and maybe angry and threatened and fearful and can completely shut the motivation down. Now, it's perfectly understandable that, we tend to react to those more because those are the more extreme things and we have to react more to deal with them. But I think, we've got to understand that probably 90% of most people's lives are not made up of those extremes. They're just made up of what could be regarded as normal, everyday life. The bits that happen along in the middle, that just bumble along, and are just, things that are partly good, partly bad. It's like my grandmother used to say, it's like the curate's egg, it's good in parts, very much an English term. But we tend to overlook those and maybe reduce their value, and also think about those days of not being full of actually good things that we can actually look at and think, yes, that's not bad. And I think that we've got to understand that those good days, those normal days, are a very important part of the journey that we're all on, wherever we're going. That sometimes those just normal days are hugely valuable, give us a lot of support and understanding about how life progresses and takes us to where we want to be. And a lot of times we spend so much of our time reacting to the extremes of good and bad that we actually don't appreciate that normal life, as I say, can be so valuable to us. And not only valuable to us, but also to the people with whom we come into contact. Because, I'm sure people would love to see us at a particularly wonderful time and maybe share in that. I'm sure a lot of people would not particularly want to be in our company if we're having a particularly bad day. But a lot of the times that we come into contact with people are when we are just having a normal day. And yet our interaction with those people can have a huge influence on their life, on whether they feel happy or sad, or feel that there's an answer to their problem, or that there's someone else there listening to them, or just simply someone who can give them a cheerful hello when they're struggling with something more difficult in their lives. And I think it's important that we realize, as I say, just how important the normal days are and how much we can actually do with them, not only to boost our own confidence and feeling about our world, but also the feeling and confidence of others around us. We should never let up on trying to be not only good and positive for ourselves, but also good and positive for others. And, I think I probably bore you all with the number of times I say the word blessing, but there are a lot of days when we just don't even think whether we're having a good or bad day. But in fact, when we look at them, they are full of blessings that we can take a lot of comfort and motivation from. So those days where you just don't think that a lot's going on, have a look into yourself, because maybe, in fact, there's more to be thankful for than you think. And also there's maybe more of yourself that you can share with other people that will make a huge difference to them. Another thing that occurred to me also was that there are times when we are so busy dealing with everything that at a time when it's really quiet, all we want to do is maybe go to sleep, or find something with which to fill the silence, because we feel that maybe we're being lazy by not doing anything. But sometimes those times or days or periods when nothing is happening, when it's quiet, when it's calm and peaceful, those are the times when in fact we can gain the most from them. Sometimes being able to appreciate the calm is more important than having to deal with the cacophony of normal life. So at a time when you feel that you have the ability to just stop for a moment, stop and smell the roses, as they say, it's important, because it gives you a chance to take a breath, resuscitate yourself, look inward, maybe have some deeper thoughts than you would do normally. And sometimes that can be challenging, maybe even upsetting, but a lot of times it can be hugely inspirational too. But also sometimes maybe our gift to other people is to provide them with some calm and some quiet. And maybe we have no need to make a lot of noise or a lot of frenetic action. Sometimes just showing the calm and the peace, and maybe saying nothing but just listening, is exactly what that person wants. Maybe they just want some calmness, some stability in their lives that they feel they've lost control of. And having someone who can be there and just be there for them is important. So don't be afraid of silence. Don't be afraid of those days where you think there's nothing to do. I'm sure there's plenty of things we could find to do, and there are things that have to be done or whatever, but it's also important sometimes to give ourselves pause. Give ourselves the time to just do something a little out of the normal, outside the normal, to not just chase after something, but just actually just be still and enjoy the stillness, and maybe pass on that peace to others too. So I hope that helps a little. We've not all got the luxury of having the chance to slow down and enjoy the quiet. So I'm not saying that it's always possible or possible all the time. And I appreciate that a lot of people struggle a lot in their lives, but maybe that's sometimes with us, some of us who are more blessed, can actually help provide that peace and quiet to that person when they can't see it for themselves. So anyway, I'll leave you with those thoughts. I hope you have a good few days. It's actually Valentine's Day, so I'll say a belated happy Valentine's to everyone out there. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and that you feel loved. And even if there's no one to say that to you, trust me, you are loved, you are beautiful, and you can be that without anyone else. Love yourself, feel beautiful in yourself. So anyway, big hugs from me, and hopefully I'll see you again and talk to you again very soon. Okay, bye for now.